Do you ever find yourself when you look on video that you get this dreaded over the top motion? And notice how my trail side elbow is much higher than the left. Over the top leads to really bad impact. Today's video, we're going to help you understand what should you be doing with your elbows that's going to help you kill the over the top move. As we go through the face-to-face lessons that we teach, something that happens all the time is an inside takeaway which leads to over the top, right? And that messes with your path. You have to flip the club, really bad impact conditions, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's have Nate, let's take your setup position here. And one of the things you'll notice is the left elbow is ever so slightly underneath the right elbow. Now Nate, let's have you do a turn where the left elbow goes on top of the right elbow really early. And you'll see this is now really flat, really early in the swing. Okay, let's look at it from the down the line perspective here. So when the left elbow goes higher than the right early, you see that gets really shallow and really inside early, and that leads to the over the top motion. Okay, so how do we control the elbow, or how should the elbows look as you do the proper takeaway? Okay, so let's look from the down the line perspective here. We're going to see that the lead elbow is underneath the trail until about all the way to the top of the swing. And then the trail elbow drops underneath the lead elbow. This gives you the clockwise motion of the club head, and it gives you the sequence of the shaft going up steeper to shallower, and then it comes back down steeper into the ball. Okay. What do you have to do? That's easy. It sounds like it's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have Nate demo something that's really interesting here. As he does a good takeaway, and let's now look at it. We'll look at it from the face-on perspective. Do a good takeaway. Now let's look at something on his body here. Notice how much tilt he has on to the left. That's been able to keep that left elbow from getting too high too quick. Okay, so let's do this really slow. So his left side tilts. The left elbow is still lower. Now, if you don't do a tilt, let's not do a tilt here. And now the left elbow gets too high too early. So one of the keys that you can look for in your video is if you are simply turning, right, your left elbow gets too high too quick, there's an inside takeaway, it's too shallow too quick, and you come over the top. To be able to control this elbow motion, it's tilting on the lead side. So Nate is rotating right, tilting left. Let's look at what that does for the elbows once again. Okay, and then he gets to the top. Now guess what? It reverses as you tilt right, rotate left, now the right elbow drops. Okay, so let's have Nate hit a couple of swings, and we'll look at this in slow motion so you can see how this works at full speed.
All right. So when practicing this feel, if you're struggling with the inside takeaway, which most people are going to have some amount of inside takeaway, a lot of amateurs. Okay, that's just the rotation feel. If I just turn and let the weight of the club react to just turning to the right, like we're talking about, then we see the left elbow come higher, club go in. Now we add in tilt, and we just let the weight of the club, again, relaxed hands, start working back. Arms are staying straighter a little bit longer. A few different sensations that you're going to have as you keep that moving up into the top. Here's a drill that I like to do with my students. Grab an alignment stick. You've probably seen this done before. It is a really good one to help with this takeaway and the tilt. So I'm just going to place it on my left side, okay, at address. And now as I rotate back, what we don't want to see is that coming off the trail leg too early. Okay, that would just indicate we have rotated the arms and just turned versus adding in the tilt. So we add more tilt, and this alignment stick, let me give myself some more room there, is going to be staying on the left side as I just start my body motion with that side bend. This helps us get to the top a lot freer and properly so that we can deliver the club properly. All right, so on my pre-shot routine from setup, I like to feel staying connected, okay, as I start the right rotation and that side bending so that I can get up to the top. Kind of exaggerate that feel. Let's set some shots here.
Let's look at this shot in just a little more detail. First off, straight as a laser beam, 178 yard carry to 8 inches. So that's probably a putt pretty much anybody can make there. Fantastic, fantastic shot.
Thank you.
All right, so let's look at both angles here. All right, so to focus on the elbows, right? And as we initiate the takeaway, look at the side tilt to the left with the rotation to the right. So it's both happening, right, Nate?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And as we showed before, that drill where you have the alignment stick, like there's the alignment stick still on the left hip right there, as you initiate with the side tilt. Okay, so now let's look at the elevation of the elbows. You see that the left elbow is still lower than the right, all the way up till the top of the swing. Then they reverse positions that the right elbow comes lower than the left. So look what this has done for the shaft motion. So the shaft has gone up a little steeper, it shallows around, and then it steepens back as you come into the ball. So we get the nice clockwise motion of the, look at the club head around the transition as it transitions slightly around back and clockwise. And so that elbow motion, left elbow under, right elbow under, that promotes that shaft motion, the clockwise, and this fantastic impact that we've got right there, where we still see now the right elbow is definitely lower than the lead as we've come back into the ball. We've got a great swing review program where you can send in your swings to us. We'll give you direct feedback. 14-day free trial. Check the link in the description below or in the iCard above. Play better golf today.